Good morning, student. I am Anshul Sharma, your biology teacher, and today we are going to start a new topic, a new chapter in your syllabus of 12th biology, that is the reproductive health. But before we start this topic, firstly we have to understand the meaning of term health. The healthy state is not similar to the disease-free state. If a person is not having any disease, we cannot consider that person as a healthy person, because the definition of health states that the health is a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being. Physical well-being, that means the body organ of the person are working properly. Mental well-being states that the thought process and thinking and ideas of that persons are in well-being state. And social well-being, that means the person is having the good social terms and relation in its society. So if a person is lacking any of these three things, any of these three well-being, the person cannot be considered as a in healthy state. And disease-free state only tells us about the physical state, not the mental and social state. So if a person is not having any disease but his mentality is like a criminal, or if a person is not having a disease but the person is having some social disturbance, some bad social relationship, that person cannot be considered as a healthy person. After discussing health, now we can easily understand the meaning of the reproductive health. We can modify the definition of health. The reproductive health is a state of complete well-being in physical, emotional, behavioral and social aspect of reproduction. The physical aspect of reproduction or well-being of physical aspect of reproduction means that the reproductive organ of the person are working properly. The emotional well-being in terms of reproduction states that the person is having the good emotion and emotional relationship in terms of reproduction. The behavioral well-being state that the person is having not violent behavior in terms of reproduction, it is having the good gentle behavior. And the social well-being state that person is not attempting any social crime related to the reproduction in the society. So if a person is showing the physical, emotional, behavioral and social well-being in terms of reproduction, the person may be considered as a reproductively healthy person. Okay, so now we can easily understand the meaning of reproductively healthy society. A society with pupils having physically and functionally normal reproductive organ, that means the member of this society are having the reproductive organ that are in good physical state and they are functioning normally. And not only the physical and functional of the reproductive system, but as well as the normal interaction with respect to the behavior and emotion among them. If the persons are having the good reproductive behavior, well-being in well-being state, they are having the good emotional relationship with each other in the reproductive terms, and they are also having the normally functioning reproductive organs. So if these three aspects, that the physical, mental and behavioral aspects are okay in those member of the society, then we can consider that society as a reproductively healthy society. The meaning of the reproductively healthy society is very clear to us: a society that is made up of members which are having the normally functioning reproductive organ, they are having their behavior in well-being state in terms of reproduction, they are having the good emotional relationship with each other in terms of reproduction, then we can consider this society as a reproductively healthy society. If any of the member of this society is not having the normally functioning reproductive organ, if any of the member is having some behavioral problem in terms of reproduction, and if any of the person, any of the member of this family, of this society is having any emotional problem in terms of reproduction, then we cannot consider this society as a reproductively healthy society. Okay, so now we are going to discuss the state of reproductive health in India, and what are the problems related with this we are encountering in India, and what are the strategies that are taken by the Indian government to tackle the problems related with the reproductive health. There are many countries in this world, some are developed country and some are developing country, and out of those countries, the India probably the first country who initiates the plans and programs at national level to achieve the reproductive health as a social goal.
भारत पहला वो ऐसा देश है जिसने नेशनल लेवल पे ऐसे प्रोग्राम्स या प्लान्स चलाए हैं जिसके थ्रू वो ओवरऑल पूरे भारत में, पूरे इंडिया में रिप्रोडक्टिव हेल्थ को अचीव कर सके। और इसी में से एक प्लान था फैमिली प्लानिंग इन 1951। यू नो वी गेट इंडिपेंडेंस इन 1947 एंड सून आफ्टर द गेटिंग द इंडिपेंडेंस इंडिया लॉन्च द प्रोग्राम नेम्ड फैमिली प्लानिंग इन 1951 टू अचीव द रिप्रोडक्टिव हेल्थ एट नेशनल लेवल। After family planning in India, another program is launched. The name is Reproductive and Child Health Care Programs. These are the group of programs that are launched in India with the aim to creating awareness in people in terms of different aspects of the reproduction. That could be STD, sexually transmitted disease, that could be the care of the mother and the child. So these are the aspect of reproduction. To create awareness about them, these programs are launched, and these programs are also aimed to provide facilities and support by which we can easily build a reproductively healthy society in India. Now we are going to discuss some of the steps that are taken by the Indian government to achieve the reproductive health in India. The first step that should be taken by the government to create awareness and to create the reproductively healthy society in India is the some government agencies and some NGOs, non-governmental agencies, should use the different media to create awareness in the pupils about the reproduction. These medias could be print media as the newspapers, magazines, and the audio and visual media. Audio media means the radio, FM, and etc. And visual media means the like your televisions, advertisement, and etc. So you are familiar with the some of the advertisement like the Hum Do Hamare Do, and that kind of advertisements are regularly shown on the television that create awareness about the different aspects of the reproduction in India to create the reproductively healthy society. The second step that can be taken is towards the young adult and adolescence. This is a stage of life when the child is in the adolescence state. The child is very curious to know something about new, to get some information about the reproduction and some other aspects. So this is a very crucial age when the child can be misguided. So in that stage, the other relatives of the child, like the other responsible adults of the society, the parents of the child, the teachers, the other close relatives, and even the friends of that adolescent have a great responsibility to provide accurate and appropriate information about the reproduction to the young adult and adolescent. This will help to prevent the development of myth in the mind of the young adolescent and help them to become a responsible, physically and mentally healthy citizen of the society. To achieve this, in schools and colleges, sex education can also be provided to the student. The another problems that are preventing us to achieve the completely reproductively healthy society, one of the problem is the population explosion. Our population is increasing at an enormous rate that creates a scarcity of food, shelter, and some other resources. The maternal and fetal mortality due to the poor health facilities. The maternal, that means the mother after giving birth to the child, and the fetal, that means the fetus or the infant that get born, the rate of death of these two stages are very high. And the last is the female feticide in our society. Due to the lack of awareness, the both type of childs are not having the equal opportunity. We favored the male childs, and due to this, the female feticide, that means the killing of female fetus in the womb of mother, takes place. These three problems are very serious that cause a very harmful impact on the reproductive health status of our society. And to encounter these problems, we can aware the fertile couple and the individual of marriageable age about some of the aspect which can counter these problems. We can aware them about the birth control options, different contraceptives by which they can control the population of the India. The prenatal and postnatal care, that means the care of mother and infant before parturition and after parturition, that will help to reduce the maternal and fetal mortality. Infant and child care, we can aware the pupils about the how the child should be cared and how the infant should be cared. By the proper care, the infant and child mortality rate goes down. Importance of breastfeeding, in the previous chapter we have discussed the colostrum, the first milk of the mother have the antibodies that provides the immunity to the child. So this is very important for the child to remain immune from different disease. So we can aware the fertile couples about the importance of breastfeeding, and we can also aware our society about the equal opportunity for male and female child. We can aware them, we can tell them and that the both childs are having the equal skill and they can achieve the equal status in the life. So that will help us to prevent the female feticide, and these three problems can be easily encountered by taking these steps. As we previously discussed, the reproductively healthy society is a society in which the members are having the well-being in physical, well-being in behavioral, and well-being in social aspects of reproduction. So if a society is having the sex abuse and if it is having the sex related crime, that society cannot be considered as a reproductively healthy society. So if we want to make India as a reproductively healthy society, so we should create awareness about the sex abuse in the society. We must create the awareness about the sex related crime in the society. That will help to reduce these two things in the society, and that will further help to maintain a reproductively healthy society. As we previously discussed, the Government of India and some other non-governmental agencies are launching the plans, the schemes to achieve the reproductive health in our society. But these plans and schemes could not function properly if there is no proper infrastructure facilities, if there are not proper expertise, and if there is no proper material support. आपने प्लान बना लिया है, बट अगर आपके पास हॉस्पिटल्स नहीं है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, तो यू कैन नॉट इम्प्लीमेंट दैट प्लान. अगर आपके पास हॉस्पिटल्स भी हैं, इफ यू आर नॉट हैविंग द एक्सपर्टीज, you are not having the nursing staff, you are not having the doctors, then you can not implement the plan. And if you are having the hospitals and doctors both, but if you are not having the proper surgical equipments, proper x-ray machines, and your ultrasound machines and medicines, then you cannot implement the proper reproductive health care programs. So for proper implementation with awareness, we must have the infrastructure facilities, expertise, and material support by which we can provide the medical facilities and reproductively and medical facilities and some other facilities to the member of the society to tackle their reproductive or reproduction related problems. In a society, proper sex ratio, that means the ratio between the male and female, should be there to maintain the reproductive health. If there is no balanced ratio, the reproduction related crimes will start in the society. In our society, there is a test that is performed to determine the female fetus in the womb of mother, and then the female feticide takes place, and the test is known as amniocentesis. I will create a new video for this topic separately. This is a test that is used to determine the type of chromosome in the fetus, and by the type of chromosome, if we find the chromosome as X and X, it will determine the fetus is a female, and if the chromosomes are X and Y, it is determined the fetus is a male. So by determining the chromosome pattern in the developing fetus, we can determine the sex. So in our society, because there is a tendency of female feticides, to prevent this in our society, there must be a ban on amniocentesis like sex determination test. In addition to this, to prevent the death of the young ones, infants, we should do the proper immunization programs. We can immunize them like different types of immunization programs are there for DTC and काला आज़ार एंड बहुत अलग अलग तरह के इम्यूनाइजेशन के टीके लगते हैं बच्चों को. वो होने चाहिए ताकि बच्चे इम्यून रहें और उनको किसी तरह की बीमारी ना हो और उनकी एक छोटी एज में डेथ ना हो, जिससे हमारी सोसाइटी एक रिप्रोडक्टिवली हेल्दी सोसाइटी बन पाएगी.